Deep in the ocean, there lies a world shrouded in darkness, untouched by human hands. Beneath the inky depths, countless creatures have slumbered for millions of years, hidden from the surface. Legends speak of ancient beasts that once roamed the earth but sought refuge beneath the waves when the surface could no longer sustain them. The mysterious ocean floor is their sanctuary, a place where time stands still and unimaginable things lie dormant. A U.S. aircraft, loaded with a nuclear bomb, makes its way towards a deserted island. The plan. A nuclear test that will send shockwaves across the ocean. The detonation is massive, shaking the ocean floor, creating tsunamis that radiate outwards, disturbing the balance of the deep sea. The underwater world, once an eerie yet serene abyss, is suddenly thrown into chaos by the nuclear explosion. The shockwaves ripple through the ocean, shaking ancient underwater structures and stirring up sediment that has lain untouched for millennia. Massive bubbles rise to the surface as the once still ocean is transformed into a maelstrom. Within the darkness of the deep, creatures long forgotten begin to stir. From beneath rocky overhangs and within sprawling caves, gigantic forms begin to move, awakened by the violent disturbance. The water churns with movement, shadows shifting as monstrous beings emerge from their hidden sanctuaries. Some have serpentine bodies that undulate through the water, their eyes glowing with an ancient, almost malevolent intelligence. Others are armored with thick, crustacean-like shells that glisten in the dim, refracted light, their immense pincers snapping as they slowly move forward. The seabed, which had been a desolate, silent place for countless centuries, now comes alive with the movement of these monstrous creatures. Their forms are diverse, some with long, sprawling tentacles that seem to grasp at the water itself, others with multiple sets of eyes that scan their surroundings with suspicion and anger. The once stillness of the ocean floor is shattered as colossal limbs crush coral formations, sending plumes of silt into the already turbulent water. The creatures move with a determination that hints at a deeper instinct, a mix of confusion, fury, and hunger. Fish scatter in every direction, fleeing from the larger predators that have suddenly awakened. Giant eels, disturbed from their hiding places, dart through the murky water only to be swallowed whole by even larger beasts. Massive jaws, filled with rows of razor-sharp teeth, snap shut with terrifying speed, silencing the smaller denizens of the deep. The scene is one of raw, primal power, an ancient world now awakened, shaken from slumber by the folly of mankind. Deep in the darker recesses of the ocean, something far larger begins to stir. Rocks tumble down from the ceiling of an underwater canyon, dislodged by the creature's movement. Slowly, a gigantic silhouette emerges, its body covered in scars that glow faintly, remnants of ancient battles fought in times long past. This creature, larger than anything else awakened, moves with deliberate slowness, its eyes opening to reveal an eerie luminescence. It surveys the chaos around it, its presence immediately commanding the attention of the other monsters. The water itself seems to vibrate with the resonance of its low growl, a sound that seems to echo through the ocean, signaling the beginning of something much greater. Schools of smaller sea creatures move in erratic patterns, desperately trying to escape the rapidly growing danger. The massive beasts continue to rise, their sheer size and weight creating powerful currents that further churn the water. Massive tentacles twist and writhe, scales glint ominously in the dim light, and the echoes of ancient roars reverberate across the ocean floor, each sound a terrifying testament to the raw power now awakened. The deep, dark waters seem almost alive, full of movement, energy, and danger. Each passing second brings more monsters into view, some with colossal fins, others with barbed tails that sway ominously. The ocean has become a theater of primal terror, a dark ballet of ancient creatures responding to a call that transcends time. Sediment clouds swirl upwards, creating a dense fog of particles that obscure and then reveal glimpses of gigantic eyes, sharp teeth, and monstrous forms. The world beneath the waves is no longer calm. It is a chaotic, terrifying spectacle of life awakened. For 3 long minutes, the ocean becomes a realm of horrors, where the ancient and untamed emerge from hiding, disturbed and angered by the explosion above. This is their domain, and their awakening serves as a reminder of the unimaginable dangers that lurk in the depths, dangers that have now been roused from their long slumber, and whose fury is just beginning to be felt. A U.S. aircraft carrier is conducting operations in the area, unaware of the chaos brewing beneath the waves. The calm surface betrays nothing of the horrors that are about to unfold. The sailors on board are oblivious to the monstrous beings that lurk just below. The beasts begin to rise from the depths, their massive forms breaking the surface of the ocean. Water cascades off their scaly bodies as they roar, announcing their presence. The sailors look on in horror as the ocean comes alive with monsters. The aircraft carrier fights back, its guns roaring into the night. The battle between the monsters and the sailors begins. The deck of the ship a chaotic mess of gunfire, explosions, and roaring beasts. At one point, the aircraft carrier tilts dangerously, almost capsizing. The weight of the attacking monsters and the power of the waves threaten to send it to the ocean floor. The crew fights desperately to regain control. Many of the monsters are shot down, their bodies crashing back into the ocean, but more and more of them keep coming. The battle grows increasingly fierce, with no end in sight. The sailors' resolve is tested as they face wave after wave of monstrous attackers. The beasts attack the US ship relentlessly, as if driven by a deep hatred for humanity. Their fury seems to stem from the disturbance to their natural habitat, caused by mankind's reckless actions. These monstrous beings lash out as if seeking vengeance for the harm inflicted upon their world, unwilling to forgive those who disrupted their underwater lives. The battle rages on for more than half a day, with countless monsters being eliminated. Yet, their numbers seem almost endless, as if they are an unstoppable tide. The sailors, weary and wounded, fight on despite the increasingly difficult conditions. The ammunition supplies are running dangerously low, and desperation is etched on their faces. The roar of the monsters mixes with the screams of the injured, creating a chilling symphony of chaos. Hope seems to flicker like a candle in the storm, and the crew knows they are fighting for survival against impossible odds. The situation grows more dire with every passing moment. Just when the situation seemed hopeless, a fleet of warships suddenly appeared on the horizon. With unwavering resolve, they launched a powerful assault on the swarm of monsters. It turned out to be the reinforcement fleet for the US aircraft carrier, arriving just in time to lend support. Their sudden arrival sent a surge of hope through the hearts of the weary sailors. Together, they coordinated a counterattack, unleashing a massive barrage of firepower upon the monsters. The sea lit up with flashes of artillery and missile strikes, the combined forces roaring like thunder as they fought back against the monstrous onslaught. The monsters, once relentless, now found themselves facing an organized and determined force, and the tide of the battle began to shift. Most of the monsters have been destroyed, their massive forms sinking lifelessly into the dark depths. The remaining creatures, sensing the tide turning against them, flee in desperation, diving into the depths of the ocean to escape. Their roars echo as they vanish beneath the waves, retreating into the darkness from which they came. Slowly, the ocean begins to calm, the water settling into an eerie stillness as if the battle had never happened. The once tumultuous waves grow gentle again, and the surface returns to a tranquil state. It feels as though the monsters never existed, only the wreckage and the scarred memories of the sailors serve as a reminder of the terror that emerged from the abyss. The ocean, vast and mysterious, has swallowed them once more, hiding the threat in its depths, leaving only an uneasy silence behind. Though the victory was theirs, the toll was heavy. The fleet had been severely damaged, with several ships broken beyond repair, some even sinking into the ocean's depths. Smoke billowed from the battered vessels, the smell of burning metal mixed with the salty air. The remaining ships, some barely holding together, struggled to regroup, their decks scarred and littered with debris. The aircraft carrier was finally rescued, its deck now filled with the battered yet triumphant sailors. The remaining ships regrouped, forming a protective formation around the carrier. The sailors cheered, their voices echoing across the waves, a celebration of their hard-fought victory. Exhausted, many dropped to their knees, their bodies aching, but their hearts filled with pride. The ocean, once a battleground of chaos and terror, slowly returned to its vast tranquility. The salty breeze carried the sound of cheers mixed with sighs of relief. But beneath the surface, the memories of the monstrous creatures lingered, a chilling reminder of the hidden dangers lurking in the dark depths. The victory belonged to them for now, but the sailors knew that the ocean was vast and mysterious, and that the threat could resurface at any moment. Their pride was tempered with caution, and they silently vowed to remain vigilant, never forgetting what they had faced. The monsters have fled, but they are far from defeated. Deep within the dark abyss, they lurk, nursing their wounds, biding their time. The ocean, vast and mysterious, has become their hiding place once more. One day, they will rise again, stronger and more determined, with a thirst for revenge that will know no bounds. The ocean hides many secrets, and these creatures are now part of its darkest lore. The silence of the deep is deceiving, for beneath the calm surface, a storm is brewing, and it will come back to haunt the world above when the time is right.